going to be talking about ascension, signs, symptoms, and maybe how to help you progress through your ascension symptoms, if you will. And so before we go there, the reason I wanted to have this conversation tonight is because on Sunday, it was, I guess, the Schumann resonance. There's a measurement of the Earth's vibrations and frequencies. If you guys understand this, if you know what I mean, if you know what I'm talking about, put some emojis here in the comments or let me know that you understand this information. And before I even dive into it, I wanted to give you kind of the description behind what that is. So the Schumann resonances are a set of spectrum peaks in the extremely low frequency portion of the Earth's electromagnetic field and the spectrum. And it has been linked to improved cognitive functions, reduced stress and anxiety, enhanced immune function, sleep function, and much more in like us human beings. Okay. So lots of you understand what I'm talking about. You feel this, and let me know also, give me a heart or like a star if you're actually feeling as though you're having some symptoms. So what happens is this. On Sunday, there's a frequency that the Earth puts off. Okay. It's essentially like the Earth's heartbeat. And this can be measured through this Schumann resonance. And there are apps for this. There are different websites you can find this out. And what was really cool was on Sunday, the measurements were going kind of off the charts, and it was coming out to 11 particular different levels, which people were associating it with the master number 11. So that this meant just really high frequency and actually helping those of us here on this planet reach, to that fifth dimension or rise in our connection and frequency and vibration here on Earth. As I say that, I want to take a breath in, exhale that energy out. And so hi guys, thank you for being here. Hi, Billy, I see you, my friend. Thank you guys for being here. It means the world to me. But what I'm telling you is that many of us will go ahead and start to be feeling symptoms even before, the day of, or even the days after those peaks in those vibrations and those frequencies kind of arise. And what that's essentially doing is it's helping our physical bodies rise in energy, rise into this kind of new Earth energy. And so what you might be feeling, some of those symptoms, could be like low energy. For me, I know that I've been really exhausted, come around 8:30, 9 o'clock. Even before we started tonight, I just started to feel really tired. And so many of you, let me know if you're feeling some of these symptoms. So exhaustion can be a major symptom when there's a high frequency of the Earth, when that's almost helping our own energy try to raise that measurement of frequency within our bodies and trying to help us match that heartbeat of that Earth. Okay. So being tired, even dizziness or even fatigue. Yes, Curious says, yes, it happened randomly. Yeah, it's really interesting whenever we start to feel some of those things, especially when we're getting good sleep and noticing that, yes, as everybody else is saying, headaches, head pressure, that's on my list here of symptoms, no desire to even get up and maybe even do some of those things that you normally would be doing throughout the day. So having kind of being lethargic and even a ringing in the ears or blurred vision. Now that blurred vision is something I've been noticing too, and almost having a clear eyesight and then having my eyes kind of phase and having to almost kind of refocus and keep that vision kind of coming back to having to really kind of ground my energy and just actually seeing all of these symptoms come together. If you're noticing this, especially in the last week or even since Sunday, you might be going through some sort of ascension symptoms. So if you're doing the work, if you're showing up within your meditations, if you are growing and setting that intention to grow more spiritually or rise in consciousness, this is something that can be happening for you. And we might even be feeling that, even if it's something we're not even clued into, we might not take ownership of it. And so what happens is you might not ascend as quickly as, say, some might. But if you're open to this and you're actually taking really, really good, let me see here. And you get me very tired. Yeah. Well, thank you, my friend. It's interesting that we can sometimes, wait a second, let me see here. There. We can notice that energy can be helping us raise in that frequency and vibration. But again, very often, right as we're upping those levels and that frequency within our own body, you will feel sometimes just exhausted. And also, again, the headaches or feeling super sensitive to even noise, the world around us. Let's see. Nuna says, when your levels are up, you feel everything. Yes, we do. And so even if you're noticing kind of a heightened sense of sensory overload, that can be even a symptom of that ascension process happening. And so just kind of watching that, again, ringing in ears, even throat irritation and heart palpitations, you might find that it feels a little bit of anxiety, but you might, instead of maybe even anxiety, for me, when I notice that, it feels like there's like a little bit of a vibration inside. So yes, let's see. Does everything rise up on its own, meaning our frequencies? I believe that's a really good question, my friend. I believe that it does. And we can be kind of rising within energy. Now, some will choose to stay in that lower grade energy. So I believe that we do have a choice to ascend into call it the new Earth or the new vibrational field, the new dimension. We all have those, either friends, colleagues, family members that might refuse to step into, I call it that third party perspective. So the awareness of if they're struggling with letting things evolve. Okay. We all sometimes, and we might be somebody like that. You might say, that maybe that is me. If you're noticing that there's something in your life and you can't quite move past it, right? If you're not quite, you understand that there's a struggle there, but maybe you're not looking to make it better. You're not taking ownership of your own accountability in this. Those certain things can actually help to keep us stuck and not allow us to ascend. Okay. And so if you are wanting to take that next step energetically, take that next moment on your own spiritual path and move into that new earth energy, really being able to take a look at your own energy and taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, spiritually is all, I believe, quintessential to your process and your progress within your soul's purpose. And so for me, that soul purpose is to 100% ascend and heal. And within that space, I always believe that that's true alignment with divinity. And within that divinity is also pure abundance. We are in that space once we kind of work through that, taking a breath in, take a breath with me, guys. Big exhale out. And with that breath, we're aligning, we are ascending. And when we are there, we are also realizing that we are one with this